Hello everyone, Subaki here, and I have made a grave miscalculation. The invasion is today. I thought it was tomorrow. I even said it was tomorrow at the end of the last episode, but no, today is the day, so we're skipping the intro and we are just jumping straight into prep. First up, I want to get all of our warriors down here at the patrol flag that we put here at the end of the last episode, starting with those over at Jotengard since they do have a little further to walk than everyone else. Okay, so they're all assigned to patrol down here. Now for their schedules, I'm just going to force them into a 24-hour watch, and with that, they should start making their way down here. And I know this is a huge risk considering they are there to farm and defend against the jumpy boys, but I am going to have to risk it for that biscuit because this invasion could show up at any minute. I do not have the time to make a proper plan. I am just throwing everything I've got at this. Same thing again for our two warriors training here in New Asgard. We're going to be interrupting Hannah's patrol, which will give everyone in the village that anxiety debuff, but you know what? I'm pretty anxious myself right now, so we can all be anxious together. Then lastly, let's assign some archers to these towers I built, sort by proficiency, reverse the order because for some reason it's lowest to highest by default. Then let's throw you two in here, same 24-hour shift again. I probably should have just made an invasion schedule, to be honest. Then for the second tower, I think, yeah, these two archers here at this watchtower. I think this is the one that's by the barracks. It protects against those wandering wights. So again, we're taking a small risk by repositioning them down here. But also, again, I just feel like we don't have a choice. And I'm just going to make an invasion schedule a little late, but, you know, I just don't want people to make fun of me in the comments. Okay, so that is our defense force set. Now, let's do a little trick I learned while making my runestone guide video. I'm going to take our shaman off of the water runestone and assign them to the fire runestone. So let's open this up. Workers, proficiency, reverse again. Why do you do that? Eric. Oh, wow. Eric is 100, level 100. Very good job, Eric. Proud of you. But yes, he's going to work the fire runestone on that same 24-hour invasion shift, and that is going to give me and my warriors a nice big strength bonus. The water runestone only buffs dexterity, and in my testing, the difference is teeny tiny, not worth it at all. It does, of course, also give 3 stars melee combat proficiency, but that is just an experience multiplier, and so strength tops that for sure. Let's grab a quick snack. I'm a little bit peckish. Okay, so we should see everyone heading down to their posts now, or we will if I turn the bloody characters on. Perfect, there they are, or there some of them are. There's Hedvig and Hannah, Lasse and Clara in the tower, Jane, I don't know how to pronounce that one. They're coming down also. We're short though. Where's the Jotengard reinforcements? Wait, why are they still in Jotengard? Linnea, what are you playing at? Oh no. Oh bugger. I have no idea what happened to their axes. Do I have axes here in New Asgard? 2. I have 2 bloody axes here. Ah, that's not great. It's not terrible though, could be worse. What are you? No, you're the new Draugr swords. We'll get to that in the next episode. That's exciting, but not helpful for now. I'm just going to grab the 2 axes we have here. There's one there in our warehouse, and the second one should be in the workshop. Yep, there it is. Half broken. That's not great. That is not a great start. Okay, yeah, I have no idea what's happened. I don't know why our recycling system isn't working. I do not have time to look into that right now. I do not have time to fix that. So I'm just going to take these 2 axes, trade them over to 2 of our warriors, and God, I kind of pray that the third one isn't also suffering from a lack of weapon. Look at you, bloody slackers. You could have told me. You could have walked up to me and be like, hey, you know what? That one singular thing I need to defend the entire village is broken. Can you give me a hand? Where's the third one? Where's the third one? Oh, I think that's the other one. I don't know why she was hanging out, but she seems to have fixed whatever problem she's had. Ah, crap. The monsters of the Draugr Fjord are back. I have to take care of that, otherwise they're just going to waste all afternoon fighting them. Could anything go right today, please? Oh, for crying out loud, wrong one. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. All right, I've come to Nithefeklik really quickly because we have an absolute abundance of garlic and onion here. I saw that in the last episode. Our farmers have been harvesting this for several years now, and we just do not have the population here to eat it all. So this is going to be my emergency healing supply. I wonder if bandages are ever going to become a thing in the game, because I wouldn't mind giving my villagers piss off some way of healing. I don't think they go around chugging onions and garlic the same way we do after getting mauled by a monster. God damn, there's always one more. Adele was spooked by a Draugr bonker? That's a new name. Not Adele, the bonker. Oh, of course, a new patch came out. It's brought with it new enemy types, and those new enemy types have new weapons. New and very shiny, very dangerous looking weapons. We saw one in the tool rack earlier, that all the old bronze weapons have turned into those new upgraded ones. And I haven't done the update video yet. I'm going to get to it after this episode, or at least after I record this episode. But yeah, I completely forgot about that, which means we're going to be up against some very spicy enemies with a bit more power than we're used to. So nap over, we have the stamina buff. Do you know what would be good right about now? Bloody Chieftain's Hut. I saw all your comments. Thank you very much. I'm very embarrassed that I called myself out, asked you guys to call me out, and then still forgot to build it. If I don't build it this episode, that's it. I'm giving up. I'm unsubbing from everything. I'm just gonna become a hermit. I'm trying to double dip. I've got the Runestone Fire Power buff, the timed version. I've got it already. I wanted to sit down and get it a second time. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we'll have the buff probably for the rest of the night. Now let's just hope that we, can survive through the night. We have 65 villagers, which is about what I had at the end of my Gates of Helheim series when I was, I think, 4 years in. We have that on our first invasion, so we're about to get hit probably by an invasion on the scale of what we were seeing in Gates of Helheim. I just realized that, and my anxiety has spiked. Now I guess we just wait. Could be 5 minutes, could be 5 hours. Or it could be 5 seconds. Oh, crap. There are so many! Hold the line! I need onions. I have taken so much damage already. How? How did I survive that? I was completely unprepared. Oh god, how did I survive that? I need to see a doctor. Let's roll. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. So we survived somehow. We survived the invasion, and I pretty much just spent the night getting everything back to where it was. Ooh, that guy dropped 2 bloods. So everyone's back in their original workstations, another blood, and they're all back on their original schedules. So the warriors are all back in training or on their patrols here in New Asgard, and our archers are back on their correct towers. Their schedules are all reset. Eric, who was working the fire runestone last night, he is back on his regular duty at the water runestone. So now that the invasion is over and I'm not frantically trying to prepare or survive, let's talk about next steps. So I'm recording this episode on Friday, which coincidentally is the same day the new Armorers and Tinkerers patch came out, which adds a whole bunch of new buildings and mechanics into the game, like the new weapon progression and party system, but they are all gated behind those end game top tier builds. So the Tinkerer is part of the improved metalworker, and the party system is accessed through the Proud Chieftain's Hut, the upgraded version of the regular Chieftain's Hut. And again, don't worry, we're going to be building the Chieftain's Hut today. I literally have a post-it note stuck to my second monitor. If we come into the build menu and just take a look at some of these things, the Proud Chieftain's Hut, for example, that needs all 3 gathering houses upgraded to their tier 2 version. So the Gatherer's House, Stonecutter's House, and Woodcutter's House. Similarly, if we want access to the new Tinkerer's function and the improved Armor Smith so that we can start producing armor more efficiently, we need the improved Metalworker, and the improved Metalworker needs the improved Bloomery. That is a lot of builds. So what I'm thinking is, for the rest of this episode, for the rest of winter, we should really make a big push to build or upgrade everything we need so that we can dive into all of these new recipes, buildings, and mechanics in the spring. Now, obviously, after outlining a very detailed plan, I'm going to do something completely different first, and that is quickly build another cottage, because I have noticed we have a few homeless villagers who are probably getting a bit upset with me by now. So we'll build them a cottage, and then that will also allow us to summon more villagers, and for every villager we summon, they're just going to stay as a builder, because every new builder is another pair of hands to help with this crazy, very, very Sir Bucky style, over-the-top, ambitious plan proposal. Okay, so while they get started on that, let's take a look at our resource supply, because this is going to take a lot of refined wood and thatch, like a metric ton. Oh, wow, that is a lot. That is going to be, well, I don't know, actually. Is that going to be enough? That is a lot of refined wood, though. 117 beams, 52 and 51 posts and planks, and then 112 shafts. I've never had so much refined wood. That is basically multiple storages worth, actually, when it comes to the beams and the shafts, which are by far the things you need in the highest quantity. I'm quite happy with that. That logistics episode is really, really paying off. Proud of myself. The one thing I might be lacking, though, is thatch reeds. Yeah, ooh, yeah, I actually don't see any here. That's surprising. I wonder if I've done something wrong there. Did we seriously use all the late thatch, or are my woodcutters just not collecting? No, I can see some. I probably just messed up the priority at some point. Oh yeah, this is already looking pretty bad. Oh, I did. Why did I do that? I'm sure there was a reason. Oh, I think I used to have a reed-specific woodcutter over by the market. I got rid of that ages ago. I'm so stupid. Oh, actually, one more thing before I forget. The fuel priority and use in the Builder's Hut, it has reset for some people. I can't remember where I read that or where I heard that. I think it might be a comment somewhere. Mine apparently had reset. I definitely did this in an earlier episode, so make sure you go and check yours out when you're next in the game. Give me a pause. I won't mind. I'll wait. I'll wait. Just go check it out, because the last thing you want is your builders burning thatch and shafts. Okay, that's fixed. Let's see about assigning a second worker to the woodcutters while we're here. Wait, why does everyone have 3-star proficiency? Everyone has 3-star proficiency? Oh, they got the Earth Runestone buff, but we actually don't have anyone on the Earth Runestone anymore. Huh, I think I found a bug. That's a nice one to have, though. Okay, so we'll just ignore the second woodcutter for now. I'll wait for the proficiencies to fix themselves, then I'll assign someone. Ooh, I just hit the microphone. So in regards to our thatch procurement, let's go ahead and demolish this storage. Don't worry, it'll make sense in a second. Now, let's come over here to my growing storage yard. I love this area now. It's really coming together. I can't remember if I showed you this one being built, this warehouse being built. I think it was a side project in the logistics episode, but I kind of got carried away in that episode, so I just left this unfinished, but we get to use it now. So I saw some comments in that logistics episode video that I actually do agree with, and that is my raw wood warehouse workers are just spread a little bit too thin. They have to gather, I think it's barks, sticks, regular logs and long sticks, as well as the hardwood versions of logs and long sticks. So we're going to alleviate the burden somewhat by using this new warehouse. We'll start with 2 thatch storages, and I'm one of those people that, you know, I need to make it look nice and tidy, so that's just, bear with me here. The 2 thatch storages can go opposite one another in the back, and then we'll just fill the rest of one side up with stick storage and the rest of the other side up with bark storage. That should speed things up on all fronts, and also it should help with the absolute mountains of crap we have lying all over the place from chopping all those trees down for the village wall. Okay, done and done. I won't prioritize any of these, and we'll just let our builders focus on the cottage for now, and then they can just build these storages as and when they feel like it. I'm not in a particular rush for that. Next up, speaking of builders, let's go ahead and summon a villager, that extra pair of hands. Despite loving the tip, I always forget that I preload it, so made a fool there. Okay, you'll do, and then again we'll just preload it and I'll forget next time too. That's all I can do in the village at this point. It's 7 p.m. We're not going to get a blood moon or anything since we are in that grace period, having had the invasion just last night. So right now we don't have a blizzard. It's relatively not freezing. It's relatively not freezing, so we should be good on the warmth factor. So I'm just going to go on a little reed gathering adventure. I'm going to take a cart with me, which basically doubles my storage, and yeah, enjoy the jump cut or montage, whatever Ed or Bucky decides to do, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, that'll do. I just got back from my second run down to the beach, and our builders have managed to finish the cottage by the looks of things. So let's go ahead and burn through about a quarter of the thatch I just gathered and request a bunch of beds. We have, I think, 3 homeless villagers now, the 2 original ones and the one we've summoned, so I actually do need to do something about that before they leave the village or, you know, just freeze to death. But because I did just burn through 32 bloody thatch, I'm going to take one more trip to the beach with my cart and stock up on another full round of thatch, and I'll be right back. I won't be right back. You guys will, because he's going to do a jump cut this time probably. Of course I picked the one part of the beach that is absolutely teeming with those bugger-faced wisps and bloody wipes. But then again, on the other hand, yay! Excitement! He's stuck. He's stuck, whatever. You're not. Okay, I have all the reeds I need, or at the very least, I have all the reeds I can bear to gather right now. Hopefully our woodcutter will keep us topped up as we go. So now let's start building. Let's start planning. I'm pretty sure we have to start with the bloomery because the armor smith needs the improved metalworker, and the improved metalworker, yeah, it needs the improved bloomery. Okay, so let's just get this build ball rolling. I mean, it's right here, so open you up. Upgrade, boom. Oof, that is 20 thatch right out the gate. Right out the gate. That's an entire cart's worth. Good thing I ran out of storage space and I just dumped my leftovers here. All right, you're done. I guess I'll take the car and I'll just start building. In fact, I don't even need the car. It's right next to our storage. Yeah, this will be fun. Maybe. Hey, I'm busy. Right, where's it coming from? I didn't have the UI on, so I don't know if it's smokers, bears, or wolves. Well, it's either wolves or a bear, because we have the invasion spawner, so let's go check it out. Which way do you think they're going to come from? Oh, I see it. It's wolves. They're coming from over there. Let's just casually jump over my very secure wall. Don't tell the enemies they can do that. Do you guys remember last episode where I said if these guys get pissy from not being in the wall, I'll build them their own archer's tower? I think that would be a smart play for times like this. Because if I was too far away to get here in time, I don't think they would have any chance of survival. Oi, stop chewing on my fisher's hut! You know, I would like it if the animal AI only exclusively went after NPCs, villagers. It makes no sense for a wolf to be attacking a fisherman's hut. Maybe stealing my food, or definitely chasing down my fishermen and trying to pounce on them. Pretty sure there's another wolf nearby. I didn't hear the alarm sound again. There you are, just, are you stuck? Ooh, I feel a little bad about this, but I would rather you just go away. Okay, crisis averted. A strange thing going on here, though. All of my thatch is just laying on the floor along with some seeds. I'm wondering if that is because the thatch has passed. I thought thatch was year-round. I might be wrong on that. Maybe they changed it. Or maybe... No, it is year-round because we got some still standing there. Yeah, I have no idea why my woodcutter is just leaving it on the ground. Again, we have some thatch here not harvested, and then we have harvested thatch just all over the floor. I don't know what's going on with that. Did maybe he finished his shift and then dropped it all? I can't really explain that. Do any of you know what's going on here? Ah, no, let me jump over. I'm too lazy to go find a gate. Oh, that reminds me. I think I messed up one of the gates. Somebody mentioned I gotta go find and fix that. Okay, that is the most efficient I think I've ever been in the game, ever. We upgraded both warehouses, metalsmith, carpenter, weaver, and leatherworker in about a day and a half. So now it's time to put down a brand new building, the armor smith. We're going to go straight to the improved armor smith. I placed the regular one here just as a placeholder to remember what I was going to do. So now we can place down the upgraded version, and this is going to be our next big build. Eventually, I'm just like, I really want it to look perfect. Alright, one last final build for this episode, because if I don't build it, I'll never hear the end of it. Let's go ahead and clear out some of these birch trees and put down, yes, finally, I'm sorry, the proud chieftain's hut. After 60 days in the island, we're finally going to build ourselves a house. It is spring, so we are technically going over. I usually keep my episodes one season per episode, but again, if I don't get this down, you guys will never let me hear the end of it, and rightfully so. It should have been done a long, long time ago. Oh, for crying out loud. Anything to distract me from the bloody chieftain's hut. You can tell I am tired. I've been recording for too long. I got my ass handed to me at the start of that. So it finally happened. We did run out of some of our refined wood. We ran out of the planks. So I'm just stood here with an entire cart full of hardwood logs. And every time my guy here finishes splitting them into planks, I just throw another one for him to do. It is working out to be a little bit faster, you know, because we are blocking the other carpenter from getting here and making shafts. So this is about as fast as we can do it without me doing it myself. All my builders just left me to finish this by myself, which actually, if you think about it, is rather fitting because I'm the Muppet that keeps forgetting to build this. But there it is. Look, it's done. I'm done with the chieftain's hut. Now you can stop making fun of me. Oh man, what an absolute riot of an episode that was, though. I've not been that anxious with an invasion for a long time. I'm surprised no one died. I'm surprised I didn't die. To be honest, I was caught completely off guard. But I'm going to leave this episode here. It's spring and we have gone a little over our usual episode length in terms of in-game days, that is, but that's fine. We have all of our new buildings up and running, so in the next episode we can jump right in with all of the new stuff that came out as part of the Armorers and Tinkerers patch, or as I called it, Tinker Tailor Boulder Buy, and I'm still a little salty that no one has mentioned how amazing that joke is. But yeah, lots to do in the year ahead, lots of new mechanics to explore, ancient weapons to reforge, new armor to craft, a new way to harvest all of those bloody Draugr I'm too lazy to do myself, and a big push into building more outposts as part of this 9 Realms series. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed your time here, then please consider grabbing us up, dropping a like or leaving a comment, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio.